Clergy criticize tax haven firms seeking coronavirus cash. Senior members of the clergy, including Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, have said the UK government should refuse to provide coronavirus bailouts to any companies registered in offshore tax havens.
Here's a summary of the article.
Senior members of the clergy, including Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, have said the government should refuse to provide coronavirus bailouts to any companies registered in offshore tax havens. The church leaders said that while vulnerable people were paying the price of an underfunded and unprepared NHS, some large corporations continue to avoid responsibility, making huge profits yet hiding their wealth in tax havens. They urged the UK government to follow the lead of the Danish, Polish and French governments in refusing to provide state bailout support to companies registered in tax havens. Some large corporations continue to avoid responsibility, making huge profits yet hiding their wealth in tax havens. More than 80% of the British public believe that legal tax avoidance is morally wrong. This crisis demonstrates why they are right. Today at least $8 trillion sits offshore, with its wealthy owners hiding from their tax and social responsibilities. Developing countries are deprived of up to $400 billion every year by tax dodging. The letter was organized by the Church Action for Tax Justice Campaign Group and signed by the Rev. Dr. Barbara Glasson, President of the Methodist Conference, the Rev. David Main, Moderator of the Baptist Union Council, and representatives from the United Reformed Church and Quaker movement. Virgin Atlantic is registered in the UK, but Branson's personal holding company, Virgin Group Holdings Limited, is registered in the British Virgin Islands where there are no taxes.
This post received a score of 5,600, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Really, if a business is registered in Belize and asks for a bailout from the UK, the government should just say, go ask your own government in Belize.
The UK government is the sovereign government over a pretty solid number of the world's offshore tax havens. Caymans, Gib, Man, Virgin Islands, Jersey etc. If there's one country out of all 196 in the world that would never go for a policy like this, it's Britain.
The UK government isn't sovereign over the Caribbean islands. It's responsible for their defence and foreign relations, but their own governments make their own laws. The Crown dependencies, the Channel Islands and Isle of Man, are more complicated. In theory the UK can pass an act against the will of the islands, but the Channel Islands certainly have questioned whether this could be supported in law. They were never part of England and therefore never joined the Union as such.
None of the bots meet the criteria for sovereign states. Their sovereign state is the UK. The FCO has officially confirmed on a number of occasions that, see here, page 14. Westminster doesn't interfere in the day-to-day running of the bots or CDs as a convention, not as a rule.
I'm not a conservative, but I would have thought, let them see their actions have consequences and maybe they will rethink their decisions, would be a view they would express with regards to most everyone else.
That only applies to poor people and unplanned pregnancies, silly. Abortion in the UK is a settled issue, no mainstream party advocates against it and the Conservatives forced it on me only a matter of months ago.
It's a bit disappointing that they didn't get to vote for it, but at least they were spared the horrible bitterness of the campaign like we had in the Republic. Either way, I'm glad that it's safer for women up there.
Tacitly accept that Westminster is sovereign over Northern Ireland and has the right to legislate for it on undevolved matters. As long as Stormont is deadlocked, all matters are undevolved matters. West Yorkshire couldn't outlaw abortion, even if 100% of people that lived in West Yorkshire wanted to. That's just the way the cookie crumbles in a non-federal, unitary state, and all the better for it.
Yep. You pay tax, you get the benefits of that tax. No tax, no benefits. You put money in, you get value out.
Ironic that a church complains about people not paying tax.
Nah, he's just complaining that they wanna cash in on bailouts. It would be different if the church also asked for a bailout.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.